National Football League.
Visiting sideline, Super Bowl champ John Harbaugh, head coach of the Ravens since 2008. On the other side, Sean McDermott, now in his 9th season as the head man in Buffalo. First carry for one of the league's best workhorses, Derrick Henry. A nice pickup moving it across the 40. We'll give him 6 on that play.
A 6-yard pickup brings up 2nd and 4.
From the 43, it's 2nd and 3.
Hey, report! Report! Hey! Sit up!
They'll go again here with Henry. He's beyond midfield to the 45. And he'll be taken down.
It's a gain of 14
Give him
yards.
14 on that one. First down, Baltimore.
First down.
Really nice explosive play there on the ground. And tell you what, for these fans sitting in the stadium, they're not used to seeing their home team pushed around. So continue to be physical at the line of scrimmage. Mix in the runs with the pass. And if they can continue to generate these big explosive runs, I don't think they need to go away from it.
On first down, they'll stay on the ground with Henry. And they bring him down, but not until they get inside the 30-yard line. That is 14 for the second time. Back-to-back 14-yard gains and a first down.
A gain of 14.
Nice job by them getting the back to the perimeter. Then he's able to get outside, stick his foot in the ground, and then get vertical. Right down the numbers. Those are the type of runs this offense wants to see more of going forward.
Report! Report!
They'll run with the man from Marshall, Rashid. That's the way you want to run it on first down. A gain of 7.
At the 22-yard line. A 7-yard pickup brings up 2nd and 3.
From the 22 now, here's 2nd and 3.
180! 180!
On the ground, here's Henry. And he's got it. First down. A pickup of 4.
And the offensive line does a really nice job winning this play at the point of attack. And once he got the ball, all he had to really do was just find a crease and hit it. And he's able to pick up the first down.
Ready?
So they move inside the 20. 1st and 10 at the 18. They're going to go right back to Henry. And a nice run there on first down, getting 8. Setting up 2nd and 2.
8 yards on the pickup brings up 2nd and 2.
DC.
They'll try to throw here with Jackson. Oh, he's going to be bottled up and taken down. They got him. T.J. Sanders, the 2nd-round pick, showing that athleticism. He's got a sack here in his debut.
And these are the type of splash plays that can have an impact, especially as the game goes on. So offensive line has to do a better job to make sure that they have this protection shored up and that this isn't a sign of things to come.
And he's going to have the first down. They convert on third, and it sets up a 1st and goal.
Nothing really fancy about that last completion, but what it does do, Mike, is now they're on the doorstep of the end zone. So now they've got to find a way to finish this long drive with a touchdown.
This opening drive going to form so far. Now they've got it 1st and goal. Henry.
You know, it's easy to sit up here and say, hey, just keep running the ball. They've been efficient, just kind of wear down this defense by 1,000 different paper cuts. But the problem is it's only contingent upon your ability to keep the score down. So if you want to continue to run the ball this often, you're going to have to look to their defense to play really well.
So 1 quarter in the books on our first Sunday night telecast of the year. Nothing yet on the scoreboard. And EA Sports NFL Sunday returns after this. Raven football, quarter number 2 begins as they come up now 2nd and goal.
Ready? What? Ready?
Fighting for the goal line. He lost the football. It's out. And they will get another chance. They cover it up after very nearly squandering a great scoring opportunity.
So as you start operating your red zone offense, of course it goes without saying, Mike, you're trying to score touchdowns. But the worst case scenario is that you bring your field goal unit and you at least try for 3. You have to protect the ball. Turnovers are the cardinal sin of red zone offense. In this case, they dodge a little bit of a bullet here.
That is caught by the tight end, Mark Andrews. Touchdown, Baltimore. Greg, it's the quarterback's best friend, and you were that guy for a lot of years. The tight end in a tight area with man coverage.
Yeah, and it's really twofold, Mike, right? First and foremost, we see so many of these tight ends around the league that now have gotten to the point where one-on-one matchups, that's advantage offense. But then even in the cases they don't create great separation, Mike, it's their size, their catch radius. It's such a friendly target for the quarterback that when things get tight in the red zone, they look to...
Jackson now to throw on 1st down. That ball flutters to the ground. It's incomplete. Fortunate there wasn't a defender right there in the area. Could have been a turnover. Instead, it brings up 2nd down.
I know it fell for an incompletion, but pretty impressive. He was able to push that ball really far downfield as he was being hit. Really says a lot about the arm strength that this quarterback has.
They'll run. It's Henry. Finding room at the 35. Derrick Henry. And he is gone. 80 yards. Touchdown, Baltimore.
Well, I think these guys are ready for week 1 to get started. I mean, we see teams kind of limp their way into the regular season, and they don't find their form until a couple weeks in, but they didn't play a ton in the preseason, but that's 2 drives, 2 touchdowns, and let's all say, what the heck does the preseason even mean?
You are X. Sit up.
Now first carry here for Keaton Mitchell. He'll move it ahead for about 3 yards. Matt Milano there to stop him.
A 3-yard pickup. Brings up 2nd and 7.
From the 33, here's 2nd down and 7.
What?
In the shotgun, here's Jackson. That's caught right side. It's Hopkins. And he's down inside the 40-yard line. They'll have a first down. It's a gain of 28.
These are the kind of plays that when you draw them up on the chalkboard, Mike, they all look great. But if you can't protect long enough, you're never going to get the receiver. I mean, think, he started on the left side of the formation in the slot, and he has to run all the way across the field to the right third. I mean, that takes a lot of time. Let's give a lot of credit to the big guys up front.
We'll go 3 tight ends here on 1st and 10.
Hey, Alpha, sit hot! Sit hot!
A give right up the middle to Henry. And he's shedding tackles left and right, winding his way for a gain of 8.
And his great first half on the ground continues, and this is one of those guys that when he gets in the groove, it seems like it's an 8-yard run, a 10-yard run, and all of a sudden a 15-yard chunk play, one after another.
Here's 2nd and 2. They'll work straight ahead with Henry. And he takes it down to the 15-yard line. A gain of 16 yards. Good for a Raven first down.
And these are the explosive runs that open everything up. There's all this conversation about the value of the run game, but when you take a look at the best running teams, Mike, it's not necessarily how many yards they run for, it's how many big plays do they generate on the ground. And when you can generate big plays on the ground, it makes everything so much more difficult for the defense.
They'll run it on first down with Henry. The Bills, they use the first of their timeouts. And boy, tough to bring down there, fighting forward for a gain of 7.
2nd and 2.
And he's been on an absolute tear throughout this entire game, Mike. I mean, he's averaging over 10 yards per carry. And anytime you can run the ball with that explosiveness, it's just going to be hard to beat.
Here's 2nd and 2.
Yo.
On the give, here's Henry. A second effort, and he is in. Derrick Henry, touchdown Ravens. What a start to the year. His 2nd touchdown in this opening half. What a standout performance early on in this one. That his 2nd rushing touchdown of the game.
And some backs, Mike, they just have a sense of finding the end zone and being able to finish off these runs. That's exactly what this guy has been able to do today, and we're just getting started.
It's a 3 tight end look as they have it 1st and 10. And they're just going to run it here up the middle. He did not want to go down there. Carrying tacklers, it's a gain of 9. Halftime coming up. We'll get you down to Scott Hatchett and our EA Sports Halftime Report.
All right, Mike, thanks very much. Today is the day. The debut of our new halftime show. Buckle up, everyone. I think you're going to like it. Our tour around the NFL starts now at legendary Lambeau Field. It's the Packers at home to take on the Lions in the NFC North. And he was a top 10 rusher from a year ago, Josh Jacobs. He had 15 touchdowns on the ground last year. He's got his first of the new season right now. From there, it's off to SoFi Stadium. We're looking on the Rams as they host the Houston Texans. And it's the third-year signal caller from Ohio State, C.J. Stroud. One of his 3 touchdown passes on the afternoon. The Texans come away with the victory on the road in the season opener. One more to show you, and it's out in Seattle, the Seahawks taking on the San Francisco 49ers. And it's Cooper Kupp. This will help the old stat line. He's going to make the catch and realize, I don't think anyone's going to get me, and they don't. Put it down as an 81-yard catch and run for the score. And time for one more look at the rest of the scores from around the National Football League. Meanwhile, in our game, it's been back and forth to this point. No reason to expect anything different in the second half. As we send you back out to the broadcast team, Mike Tirico and Greg Olson.
They'll start out on the ground with Henry. And he finds some daylight. Up past the 35-yard line. A pickup of 7.
And this is just more of the same, picking up exactly where he left off in the first half. And these numbers, Mike, as you see them, they just pop out at you. I mean, he has been the driving force of this offense from the very start.
On second down, here's a run with Henry. And he'll have enough to move the chains. He'll take this forward for about 3 yards.
I think this second down call, Mike, they were hoping that at worst they had themselves set up for a third down and short. But there's no need for third down. He was able to get enough on second, and they get a fresh set of downs.
Now it's a bootleg with Jackson. He keeps it himself. And he's going to be out of bounds just beyond midfield. Give him 11 on the scramble and give them a new set of downs.
Mike, this is the element to the position that this guy brings that's just so unique across the league. Not only the speed, but his ability to operate in the open field as a runner. It is hard for a defense to plan for a guy like this.
This is Henry. He'll struggle to get back to the line of scrimmage. Maybe gets a yard out of that one. It's second down.
Gain of 2. Brings up second and 8 at the 46-yard line.
Easy win.
From the gun, Jackson. A throw, left side, caught by Andrews. He's going to be taken down at about the 30. He's got a touchdown on the books from earlier, and that catch gets him a first down.
First down. First and 10 at the 30-yard line.
Really nice job there, Mike. I mean, he sees the blitz coming and just gets the ball out of his hands. Understand where your outlets are. It results in an easy pitch and catch and move the chains.
Set to go now on first and 10. Jackson now. Open man is Bateman. He's got him. And no chance to turn and go. That one good for just a couple.
The best quarterbacks, Mike, they have an internal clock in their head. How does my protection match up with the rush and the route concept I'm trying to attack downfield? In this case, he's looking downfield, realizes quickly this ball's got to come out, checks it down to his underneath drag, picks up what he can.
Here's Henry. He'll get this inside the 20, a nice run. They're in the red zone. It's first down.
So, Mike, you know by now my philosophy on third down. If it was up to me, I don't even want to be in third down. I want to get all of my conversions on first and second down and be able to stay in those neutral down situations. So it's exactly what they do here. They lean on the ground game and pick up a fresh set of downs.
A shotgun snap, and they give it to Mitchell. Good physical run. It'll wind up as a gain of 5.
I think every running back's dream is that he's going to run through a wide open hole and have breakaway touchdowns, but that's not necessarily the case very often in the NFL. So the backs that are the best are the ones that can get more yardage than maybe what's blocked for. And I think this is a nice physical gain here that they can continue to build off of.
And that is Hunt in the end zone. He's in. Zay Flowers. Touchdown, Baltimore.
What separates the really good quarterbacks from everybody else in the National Football League, Mike, is not only ability to process, but the ability to process quickly under pressure. And I think that's exactly the case here. He's able to go through his progression, find his target in the end zone, and then deliver that ball on time, accurately, and the result is a touchdown.
Out of his end zone, Jackson. That's going to be incomplete, and the clock will stop. Likely one more play in this third quarter. Second and 10. On the handoff, it's Henry. And he's going to be taken down as time runs out on this third quarter of play. We are through 3 quarters here on NFL Kickoff Weekend. And Sunday Night Primetime continues after this. Third and 5. Now Jackson. That is caught. It is Hopkins. And he'll try to get to the marker, but he's going to wind up a yard or 2 short.
And it seems like he just cut that route a little too short. He's got to get more depth on the initial stem, and that way he makes sure when he catches the ball, it's beyond the sticks.
And he'll get forward a few yards on the return. And that's where the offense will take over. So, Greg, here are the Bills. On first down, they'll start the drive with Henry. A gain of 4 as he's taken down.
He's tackled at the 34-yard line. A gain of 4. It's now second and 6.
From the 34-yard line, here's second and 6. They'll go again here with Henry. He's got room to the 45. He's inside the 35. And they finally bring him down, but he gets it to the red zone. Brings it inside the 20. It's a big one for the Ravens. It's a gain of 49.
We've just seen it time and time again here today. He just continues to get them for big runs, and I think this one might be his best of the bunch.
Ball down to the 16-yard line, and it's 1st and 10. Running is Mitchell. That'll take this down to the 6. That's good enough for 1st down, 1st and goal.
4 yards. That's another Baltimore 1st down.
2-possession lead, 4th quarter. This is the time, Mike, when you really can rely heavily on your run game. Everybody in the stadium knows you're going to run it, including the defense. They just can't come up with an answer to stopping it.
So it took just 3 plays, but just like that, they have 1st and goal. Back to throw, Jackson. Under pressure, and now he's going to go down, back at the 8-yard line. And now the defense is going to take their first time out. Remember, they get an extra one built in with the 2-minute warning coming up momentarily. It's back at the 8 now for 2nd and goal. They'll run it with Henry. And he keeps the legs moving, able to get it down inside the 5. The defense uses its 2nd timeout here. And don't forget, clock going to stop when we hit the 2-minute warning as well. You've got to consider this an absolute must-stop defensively. It's 3rd down. Jackson going to keep this one himself. And he's so close to breaking the play, but the official's going to come in and mark him short. So now it's 4th down.
They went to the design quarterback run, and there just wasn't a lot of space for the quarterback to operate. You could see him kind of waiting for some of the blocks to develop. Never transpired. Didn't get a whole lot going. Short game.
Two minutes remain in the 4th quarter. Greg and I back for the conclusion in a moment. The offense will stay out trying to get this final yard. It is 4th and goal. They'll run for it with Henry. And he's into the end zone yet again. Derrick Henry. Touchdown, Ravens. What a start to the season. It's a 3-touchdown week number 1.
Well, it turns out it was the 4th time that ended up being the charm, Mike, so they get stopped 3 rush attempts in a row. So what do? They keep the offense out there, and they say, all right, try to stop us a 4th. The defense can't keep him out of the end zone, and that was a big-time job finishing off that drive for the offense.
So it is a win here for the visitors, the Ravens. They move to 1-0, getting the victory to begin the new campaign. So that'll just about do it for Greg Olson and our entire team. I'm Mike Tirico. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. For more, log on to easports.com. With that, we say good night from Buffalo.